welcome back to my channel once again. I still remain your online teacher, Mr. Eze. Today I want us to look at another round of the number one of the 2025 NECO Physics Practical examination. Now remember the previous video I made on these mechanics experiments. That one, we kept a mass constant and we are varying just one mass. We are varying just one mass. So that means we are varying the distance of that beta rule. Now, remember from the items that the NECO listed that we must provide, something is salient there. They said provide a set of masses. Now, that set of masses, if you are following other YouTubers, they have been using one trend where you have just one mass and they will vary the length of the meter rule. Now, that was the part one of this video. Please, if you have not watched the part one of this video, please, there is a link in the description below. Click on that link, or you check the comment section. I pinned a link there. Please check that link. Who knows? They may ask that question. Now today I want us to look at a situation whereby you are given a set of masses. Now if you are given a set of masses, how do we bring this set of masses? Now also, from the experiments, from those instructions that NECO gave, or the material, the apparatus they asked teachers to provide, those masses are there. Now, one can always think out of the box on how to picture a particular experiment that will have 100-gram mass and other masses, how we can do it. Now, because of that, we have this video. Now, this video is all we have to do. But before we proceed to this, if you are just watching this video for the first time, or if you are just watching my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then let this video go viral. Share it on all your social media platforms. Now, let us proceed. Now, without wasting your time, the whole of this grammar written here is illustrated on this diagram. Now, this is the center of gravity of this meter rule, labeled as G. Now, of course, we know that the length of the meter rule is 100 centimeters. Now, a mass from here, a mass is hung at the 15 cm mark. Remember, there are two masses here. One is capital M and one is a small letter m. Now, remember, we were asked to provide a mass, 100-gram mass, and label it as capital M. So, this is that 100-gram mass. It's either you use thread to hang it or use sellotape to hang it at 50 centimeters. Now, this other mass, this is the mass that will be varying, the set of masses that they asked us to provide. Remember, they didn't specify any set. They didn't specify a set of 20-gram mass or set of 50-gram mass. So in this video, I will use 50 and 20 in this video. Now, they said, the first one says, after the whole arrangement, they said, suspend the meter rule horizontally on the knife edge and read and record the point of balance, G, of the meter rule. So the moment you hang it, obtain your balance point, label it as G. Note it and then maintain it. Now the next one says, okay, keep the knife edge at this point throughout the experiment. The second instruction says, using sellotape, like I said, if either use sellotape or use a thread, attach the mass, capital M, at 15 cm mark of the meter rule. You attach it there. Remember, this one will be constant throughout the experiment. This one will be constant throughout the experiment. The only one that will be varying is just this one and this one. Simple. Now the third instruction says, suspend the mass M equals 70-gram mass on the other side of G. That means this is, of course, once we have G now, we have two sides, this and this. Suspend this one of this. Remember, you have suspended one at the left hand side. This time around, you suspend this one at the right hand side using the piece of thread. Now, the next instruction says adjust the position of the mass. The moment you do that, you adjust the position of the mass until the rule balances horizontally again. Now, at this point, you read and record the position Y of the later rule. Okay, the next one says determine and record the distance L between the mass M and G. Also determine and record small letter D between M and G. And of course, from this, we'll have the moment you put this, you record L. L is the distance between this and this. And then we record this distance here. Capital letter D is between M and G. So these are the two things they ask us to record. Now the next one says, repeat the experiment for 4 other values of M. M is here, we have 90, 110, 130, and 150 grams respectively. In each case, ensure that M is kept constant at 15 cm mark, and the knife edge is also kept at G. That means both M and G will remain constant throughout the experiment. Now let's say the next one, which is number VII. Evaluate L inverse in each case. Tabulate your readings. Now the next instruction says, plot a graph of M on the vertical axis against L on the horizontal axis. The next instruction says, determine the slope S of the graph. Evaluate K equals S all over D. And of course, you know what S? S here is your slope. D, we have, D is constant all through. So we still put it into practice here. Now, state 2 precautions taken to ensure accurate results. Now, this is a meter rule. Remember, the graduated face must be up. This is the knife edge. Remember, this knife edge, you can clamp it. If you don't have a higher knife edge, you can clamp it. There are smaller ones also. You also can clamp the whole thing. The essence of clamping it so that your mass, remember, one, we are going to hang one using a thread, so that one does not touch this table. Now, this is the one they say we should mask, 100 gram mass, and then these are the sets of masses we are asked to get. Okay, now at the end of the day, we'll use these ones. The first thing they say is to get the balance point. And of course, to get the balance point without having anything loaded on this, you suspend it and then adjust it until you obtain a balance point. Okay, it is balanced now. Now, since it is balanced, the next thing now is for us to reach the balance point. Now, the point of balance is 50. It balanced at 50 centimeters. So let us note it. The balance point is 50 cm. Now, I have placed this at 15 centimeters. Remember, this is my left side. There are 15 cm. Now, the next one, this is the slotted mass. They said mass of 70 grams. So this is 50 and this is 20, making it 70. Now, remember, there is a loop here. So with the help of this loop, all you need to do is you fix it in. Remember, it is not rigid, that it can move both ways. Now, having done that, remember, this one will be here throughout the experiment, and then G, just as you measured 50, this one will remain at 50 throughout the experiment all we need to do is to be varying this. Now I will place this at 50. Now if I place it at 50, I will now be varying this. Remember, if I move it like this, if the weight tilts much on this side, that means we need to go outwards. Now we go like this. The weight is still tilting this side. We shift it. It is still tilting. Now we shift gradually. It is balancing. Gradually it is balancing. Okay, now it has balanced horizontally. The next thing now is to take our readings. The balance point is at 50. Now, this is where our mass is. The mass is hanging at 99.4. It's hanging at 99.4. So we now take it. Remember, D is 50, is 35, please. Now, this, since it is at 35, L will now give us 99.4 minus 50. 99.2 minus 50 will give us 49.2 as our L. Remember, our D is 35, which is 50 minus 15, which will give us 35. We take the next one. The next one is to get another 20. To get another 20, we'll add it. Now, if we add it, and of course, the whole arrangement will it will disorganize the whole arrangement. We balance it again. Now, if we balance it again, okay. Now, the whole it is balanced horizontally again. Now, let us take the reading. Remember, this one is still at 50. And since from here to here is 50, from here to here is 15. Now, from here to here, which is our D, D is 35 all true, because it is just one value. There is no need creating a column for it. Now, just write it at the top of your table. Now, this one now, we take the reading. Now, the reading is at 89.3, sorry, 89.2. So 89.2 minus 50 will give us 39.2. We note it. Another 20 gram mass and add it. So if we add it, so put it, we have 1, 2, 3. 60 plus 50 will give us 110. So this is the third one, 110. Now, remember, here is still at 50. We push this. We push it towards this side. Now, okay. The arrangement has balanced horizontally. Now, just allow it to settle a little bit, and then we'll take our readings. Now, just to confirm to you again, this one is at 50, which is the center of gravity. Now, the mass is at 82.0. So since it's at 82, we have L will now give us 82 minus 50, which will give us 32. We write it down. Which is 130. Now, if we put it, then make sure that this one is at 50. Then you shift, you adjust this. Now, the whole arrangement has, it is balanced now. We can take our readings now to find the value of L. Just to confirm to us, this one is still at 50, which is the G. Now, Y is 77.1. Y is 77.1. So 77.1 minus 50 will give us a 27.1. That is our L. The last but not the least, which is this 150. Either you add 20 gram mass more, or you remove all these one and add 2 other 50 gram masses. Now remember, this is still constant here. We adjust it like this. The whole arrangement is set, and of course this is the last one. Now let us take the value of our y. If we take the value of our y, we compute our table, and then of course this one, I am not going to plot this one for you. You will do the plotting by yourself and tell me in the comment section what you have. Okay, just to confirm to us again, the center of gravity is still at 50. Now our y is at 73.25. 73.25 minus 50 will give us a 23.25. Finished our work. Now you can see the table of what we have on the screen. Now from what you have on the screen, you remember you are to plot a graph of M on the vertical axis against L inverse on the against L inverse on the horizontal axis. Now if you take a look at the figure you are seeing on the board there, the L inverse is very low value, and of course the highest value there is 0.02, while the least value there is 0.04 of 0.043. Now you are going to plot this graph, but I will help you. The scale we are going to use, and of course because of this you can use 2C on the L inverse axis. You can say 2C, let 2cm represent 0.01 units. So in other words, you can start 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04. It is plottable. Then you have 10 blocks there. So actually you want to plot 0.02, 0.026. It is plottable there. While on the M inverse, it's very simple. The values you have there from 70 to 150. Okay, it's plottable. Now the last thing you have there is this determine the slope. I have taught you how to do the slope, but for clarity's sake, if you cannot plot this, please, there is a second link in the description below where I did how to plot a graph. Please use that link, and then it will show you how to plot the graph. Then this one that says K is equal to S all over G. Now, S here is, S is the slope, D, of course, D is constant there. D is 35, so you use your D. Now, the precautions taken to ensure accurate results. I'll give you 3 or 4 precautions so that you choose just one. Remember, we use, this is measurement. You can now say, 1, I avoided error due to parallax while taking my readings from the meter rule scale. 2, you can say, I noted and corrected 0 error of the meter rule. Then the third one, remember this experiment, you don't need to do this experiment under the fan, or if the fan is on a very high speed, please try to turn it down, reduce it very slow, so that remember, it is still because it is oscillating. Let the fan not increase the oscillation. That is why, in other words, to put the whole thing into a sentence, you can say, I ensured I avoid air interference, or you say, I avoided the drought. Drought is air interference. Now, I have given you how many? About 3 or 4 precautions. You can just pick any 2 here and then give it to them. Thank you for watching this video up to this length. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then see you in my next video. Thank you very much.